What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking real quick about FlutterFlow MCP. Now, with the recent updates that they just made, it allows you to connect FlutterFlow to your AI-assisted coding editor like Claude Code, OpenAI Codex, Cursor, or whatsoever thing that you're using, right? So in this video, I'm going to show you real quick how to create a new project and actually write the code or whatever thing on your IDE and push it to FlutterFlow, and possibly how to pull down code from FlutterFlow and make modifications. And then there's a catch. I'll also show you how to use like a design from FlutterFlow Designer, make updates to your project, and let's go. If you haven't already, be sure to check out the channel, leave a like, leave a subscribe, and let me know what you think. Now, the FlutterFlow AI, or the MCP that it provides, is built upon the FlutterFlow CLI, as you can see here. With the recent updates and also the documentation, be sure to check it out. There are a lot of useful things that you might want to learn, or that you're definitely going to learn from it. But over here, it's as simple as running that pub global activate FlutterFlow CLI. Now, I already have it installed, right? I already have it installed. Let me go back here. I already have it installed. So if I run this command, it's just going to tell me that I already do. And you can also set your global FlutterFlow API token. You can get your FlutterFlow API token from your FlutterFlow account here under your account. And then you see here is your API token. So you can copy that and use. I already have that configurations done. Now, to create a new workspace, the way this MCP2 works is it creates a workspace that embodies the application that you're either creating or modifying. So by running this simple command like FlutterFlow AI, where is it? FlutterFlow AI init, and then my app. We are creating a workspace that will be used for creating that new application to scaffold that workspace. So I can run something like FlutterFlow instead of my app. I can do something like to do app, for example, something like that, and then it's going to prompt for my API key. And I'm going to paste the FlutterFlow API key, the FlutterFlow token that I have. And it's going to ask me if I want to edit an existing project or just create a new one. So I'm going to say I want to create a new one. And in this case, I'll leave it empty and not specify any project ID. And after I confirm all of this, it's going to create that new project in that workspace, right? So right here, I'm just going to cd into the workspace and open VS Code. And I also have the option of probably just using Claude Code directly here from the interface. But this is VS Code, and this is what the directory looks like. We have a lot of things here, Claude.md. We have some important files, but I just urge you to check out the documentation. You're really going to learn some useful things that FlutterFlow is doing here. .codex for codex context and whatnot, all the configuration files that we need. So right here, I'm going to use, I have my Claude here on the side, and I have my, how you call it, Copilot on the other side. So I'm going to be using Claude, and I can just simply start asking things like, what can I do in this interface? What can I do with this workspace and whatnot? This is on Copilot, and you can see it has given me everything that you can do. You have access to build and create apps, edit existing apps, run, validate, and then push back to FlutterFlow. So what I want to do instead is I want to come here to Claude Code and instead plan a new app, right? Plan the building of a new app. So I'll come here on plan mode, and the prompts that I'm going to use to plan is to build a to-do app. Now, this is a simple prompt. I'm asking it to plan the building of a simple minimal to-do application with teal color. And down here, I'm also adding here, because I've tested this before, and I'm asking it to publish the application when it is done under my no-code solutions workspace on FlutterFlow, because I belong to multiple workspaces. Now, if you don't specify that, Claude is going to figure out something and then probably, implement it and request you to tell it which workspace I want to deploy under. So this simple thing like this is going to plan, and we can start building. So as you can see right here, this is the plan that it has come up with. I'm just going to confirm everything. We have the theme color, everything specified, the app states, the title description. Yeah, this is a simple generic plan. So I'm going to confirm this for it to start implementing and building the application. Now, Claude is done building. One thing I forgot to show you guys is how much the Claude interface I have right here. I'm using the API. I wanted to track exactly how much I'm going to spend by the end of this video. So I'm going to like share that information with you guys. I'm seeing it from my Claude billing panel. So everything is done. Let's go to FlutterFlow and see the application that it has published. So I'm going to come here to projects, and it should be the first one to do app. Okay, it looks very minimal until let's look at the pages I created. Add to do item card. Okay, this is a bottom sheet. And this allows you to pick a date. Now there is a single warning here. I think it's complaining about draft date. Okay, create an app state for date and it's the default is empty. So yeah, let me see what it's doing right here. And the add action to save the to do actually saves. Let me see. It saves this. Update the app state for the to do item. Okay, then it clear the draft due date and then navigates back. Now from the just visualizing all of this, I can already detect like certain things. That's why it's important. Like if you have an idea on how FlutterFlow works and how things are actually done, this might likely cost a break because it is trying to reference the draft date here. If this component gets rendered when draft date has not selected and there is no default, then that's going to cause a break. So I'm just going to do a dash here, just so it has the default value. And if we run this, we should be able to create to-dos. All right, so this is what we have now. You see my to-dos, everything is empty. So let me click on add to-do to create a new to-do. And I'll just say create or say record a video about, so this is a video and I'm going to pick a date. Oh, okay. So it got the color of the date picker messed up. I'm just going to try to find out where this button can be. I think it should be here like this. Now we have this default date, right? And I'm going to save the to do. So we currently have this video. Sorry, this this to do. And if I click to add another item, again, I want to make sure like you see the dash that I added. This is what is showing here as a default. You can just do an empty space or whatsoever thing. But if this thing is not there, that interface is going to break. So I'm just going to create any random tags again, pick a date. Have I selected? Yeah, I think so. Perfect and save. Now this date is not formatted very well. This is something like if you want to update, you can probably like pull this project back and ask it to update the date to be formatted in a human readable manner. Now I know this X should actually, let's mark this as done. Well, I'm not done with it, but let's see this X. I think there's an action tied to this X, but it's not showing or it's not doing anything. There should be an action tied to it. Yeah, right. Okay. So what is happening here is it is probably not just rebuilding the app state. So it's rebuilding current component. You should probably rebuild the page or rebuild all pages. But if you just click, yeah, you see, it actually removes it, but it doesn't do it immediately. Anyways, that's that for this interface. Now, for the next part, I'm going to show you like this is what we have. So I tried using the same prompt, a similar prompt to get this interface on FlutterFlow Designer. Now, what we are going to do is we are going to pull this same project that we have here on FlutterFlow. We are going to pull this project down and then use this designer, like export this prompt here, export agent prompts from designer to actually plan and implement an update to the project using the interface that I've designed here on FlutterFlow Designer. So let's get into it. So I'm going to do FlutterFlow AI init and something like to do app update, something like that. Request for my key. And I'll provide it. What you need to know is this key actually gets validated. It actually makes an API call to FlutterFlow to verify or validate it. Now it's asking for the existing project ID. I'm just going to come here. Remember, the initial projects or the initial workspace was for creating this application. This new workspace, we want to use it for to modify or update the application. So I'm going to input the app ID, the project ID here. I'm going to select that, and it's asking like, am I ready to create all of this? Then I'm going to confirm and enter for it to create the workspace. And when that is done, I can just cd into to do the workspace, I think app update. I can just cd into it. And like I told you guys, you can also execute Claude code directly from here. So if I do something like Claude, it should be able to just open Claude code and I can interact with it using this CLI or this command interface. New MCP found in that whatever thing. So I want to accept everything. You just accept it for this particular project. And there we have Claude and we can start doing the same thing that we're doing, plan our implementation and whatnot. But this is not what I want to do. So I'm actually going to use my VS Code. So I'm going to open code like that, and then let's go. Now with my project opened on VS Code here, what I'm going to do is I'll come back here on Designer and actually download this agent prompt into that particular directory that we have our this thing. So our to-do app update, I'm going to download it inside this directory. And when that is done here on VS Code, you should see it, should be able to see it directly here. So I'm going to open and you can see this is our design agent prompts and whatever thing. This is everything that we exported from FlutterFlow Designer. Now, if you want to enhance the functionality, you can also import the images just so Claude Code has a lot of context to work with. But this is what I'm going to do. Now for our prompt, I'm also going to switch to plan mode, right? Let's switch to plan mode and actually plan the implementation of this application. I'm going to type in something like this, evaluate the current structure of the existing FlutterFlow project in this workspace and the design agent prompt file that is provided. See the differences and plan the implementation or to update whatever thing the FlutterFlow projects that flows the design interface. So I'm actually going to tag this file. So design is a design prompt. So if I tag that and I enter, Claude is going to get to work and plan this our implementation. So as you can see here, this is the plan that Claude has brought up with. So we have everything. It is that's identified like plan to update, tax whatever thing. All of this you see is a full plan to update all of that. Change of in terms of the color, the theme update, the data model has changed and is adding tax item. Okay, he actually wants to create. Let me read from this directory. He actually wants to create an enum of yeah with this thing like the priority based on the interface that we have on designer, right? Low, medium, and high. So he's planning to create an enum like that's interesting. Yeah, there's an update here, remove old components and whatnot. So with this plan, just going to accept this plan and let Claude get to work. So it is actually done implementing, and for some reason, it struggled a lot. Like it struggled big time, as you can see. It's fixing a lot of things, and I was just watching. Uh, One thing I noticed, like just from evaluating this chart, if we have these designs again, this is just a tip. I'm not quite sure about like the validity of what I'm saying, but it's my guess based on what I've seen with the interaction. We have this tax list, but here in the application, it was called some other thing else. So it's if we want to adapt like particular design pages, it's good to name it exactly the way it is, right? So that no switch page is going to edit or modify. That's something I struggled big time with. But yeah, we get the point. So it is done and it has pushed everything. All the updates are done. And if you look on here of FlutterFlow, you should see the updates. So this we still have this, like a lot of files have been added, but this is the new add tax sheet. This is what it now looks like. Let me see. We have this low, medium, high. But I think it has okay. It has instead tied action. It's not using the enum. Then why did it create the enum? Anyways, let me look at the enum here. It created a priority, low, medium, high, data types, tax item, to do item. So this is a confusion, right? It did not actually understand, or maybe my prompting was not good enough to have it understand everything the way it's supposed to be, because there was no need for it to create another tax item. You just needed to update to do item and add this priority to point to that enum. They get the point. And also a lot of new pages, and it also changes. It has changed the entry page to to-do list page instead of the previous page that we had, which is I think tax list page or something. Now this page is breaking, and for some reason I don't think this is going to work. Might need some time to fix this page up, but you get the idea of what we are trying to implement here. So I think this is pretty much very, very, very impressive what it has done so far. If I can refresh this just for refreshing purpose and see if it's actually going to reload. So okay, it's creating a new session. So another thing you also struggle with on FlutterFlow, the app is called To Do app, but on Designer here it is called Till. Where is it? It is called Till app, Till task. So naming convention is very, very critical again for model context. So when working like that, it's very important. Let's try to maintain I think consistent naming convention. It's not yet smart to handle all of that. All right, so this is it. That's reloaded, but we are not seeing anything. Again, you just need to fix this interface. I don't. This video is already getting too long to fix it. Right, you need to fix this. Yeah, crash. Please fix or delete. So I may have to remove this. But yeah, you just need to fix this, which might take a while. And yeah, but if you fix all of that, I think it should be good to go, and we should have our application working. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think about this, what you are going to build, or what modifications you are going to be making with your existing project. But then again, a very good thing you need to note is plan very well and be mindful when you're making modifications to your existing projects. I think you should do it granularly, unless something is very repetitive or not advised, like go full on. Well, unless you're experimenting. But yeah, it's still something to be to consider. But right now, at these early stages like this, it's just very good to be mindful, especially if you have like a very important project that you're working on. But that's FlutterFlow MCP recent updates, and let me know what you think. Please be sure to sub, leave a like button, hit the like button. Let me know what you think down in the comment section, and thank you very much.